Hey, welcome Virgos, welcome to this channel, welcome to this reading. And so this will be a reading for 2026. We are going to check each astrological house, which energy is at play, which challenges you might be facing, what's the best way to overcome them, how the different houses interact with themselves as well. This is not a month by month prediction reading, just to be quite clear. And we will have tarot guiding each house, showing us the energy of each house, and we will have a oracle card showing us the overall energy or advice for you in 2026. So if you're ready, we are going to start now. Could we have one oracle card, please? From the White Light Oracle for Virgo for 2026. We have the Oracle of Chaldea, number 37. Oh, we have 3. We have number 20 with the Spirit Owl of 852 Hertz, and the Yeshet Zogjial 333, number 33, Tiger. So these are a lot of cards. We're gonna put them like this. And we will get into them, but first we'll check the cards for each of your houses. So for house number 1, with for Virgo in 2026, house number 1, strength. House number 2, death, and the 4 of Swords. House number 3, and to come out we have the 3 of Pentacles. Anything else for house number 3? Okay, house number 4, the Wheel of Fortune reversed. House number 5, we have the 6 of Wands, the Devil reversed, the Ace of Cups, and the Hierophant. House number 6, we have the 9 of Pentacles and the Tower reversed. House number 7, house number 7, for Virgo in 2026. We have the Chariot, House number 8. Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands reversed. Okay. So far you have 7 major arcanas. That's a lot. 8th house now, sorry, 9th house now. What can you show us for the 9th house? We have the World reversed. 10th house. House, the 5 of Wands. 11th house. Justice. 12th house. Queen of Swords reversed. Anything else? The Page of Swords reversed. Okay. Let's start your reading. So, starting already up with your oracle cards, we have the Oracle of Chaldea, which speaks about patience and timing and trusting the body and mind natural rhythm, allowing healing to grow, to occur gradually, right? Growth to occur without forcing. Then we have the Yeshe Tezogiel, I'm sorry if I'm butchering this name, card, which is about triumph and perseverance and spiritual alignment, support from your spiritual tribe, breakthrough through trust in divine guidance, and the Spirit All, which is recalibration, releasing old beliefs, cutting through illusion, encouraging fearless yet gentle adaptation. It also has an interesting message. Let me just quickly find it. It's here. I opened to the page. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. So we will see as well what the Spirit Owl is going to bring you. It enhances your connection to your higher self, guiding you beneath the compelling nature of appearances, where a vastly different and spiritually empowering perspective is available to you. 852 Hz is the frequency of higher self connection, which favors the clearing of the mind and an awakening of genuine insight and higher understanding. This frequency opens one to perceive light and communicate with the realms of higher light beings. Just want to see what it says about the 333. It doesn't specify, but it augurs empowerment and healing by assuming a confident attitude and taking steps forward. It indicates that a negative time is drawing to a close and encourages commitment to the task of overcoming negativities through spiritual practices suited to you. Okay, let's then start the reading with these oracles in mind. The first house, which is the house of self, of identity, of vitality, um, it speaks about you beginning the year embodying this inner strength and calm courage. Strength shows the lion's energy tamed by patience, heart, and focus. It's really a great symbol of your journey of integrating practicality with spiritual fortitude. This is about mastering your impulses, mastering your fears, mastering your doubts, mastering your self criticism through self awareness rather than force, which connects to the Oracle of Chaldea, which is mastering all these, respecting the timings that can be different of your mind and of your body. The spirit owl's message of recalibration is also mirrored here. It shows how your identity is being aligned to a higher order of divine purpose. And this inner mastery is what will allow you to navigate challenges calmly, without panic, without overthinking, without lowering your energy. Then we move to the second house, which is the house about values, resources, self-worth. And here we have an important connection. We have death and we have the Four of Swords as well. And so it feels like you are experiencing a fundamental shift in values or your resources, and you are letting go of outdated beliefs about security or even your self-worth. Death here, it signifies the endings that free up the space for something new, while the Four of Swords, it emphasizes rest, reflection, strategic recovery. So it shows you how you cannot rush material or emotional transitions, right? How reflection and patience are key. How healing and transformation, again with the Oracle of Chaldea, happen in their own rhythm, and trying to push change prematurely will disrupt this progress, basically. Then on house number 3, in the end, for now we are just covering all the houses, really understanding which one is about. Then we'll bring them together. House number 3, so the third house with the 3 of Pentacles. Oh, 333. Which is the house of mind, communication, learning. It shows how your mind thrives on structured learning and cooperative effort, right? So this is a house of mental calibration, of learning from peers, mentors, spiritual guides. It connects naturally to the strength in the first house, to this self-mastery that is paired with practical collaboration. This allows growth without unnecessary struggle, basically. This also connects with the 333 card, triumph through spiritual alignment, the support of your spiritual tribe, right? The breakthrough that comes through spiritual guidance, through divine guidance as well. Then we have the fourth house, which is about home and roots and your inner foundation, your inner child even. And here with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, it feels like you might feel a pause or blockage when it comes to these themes, to home life, to family, to inner security. And it shows that cycles are not moving forward until you align with higher wisdom and with divine timing and spiritual insights. It's about understanding that not all changes can be forced. Sometimes the key is patience and reflection because there is a lesson to learn. Then we have the fifth house. And the fifth house, we have 4 cards in it. It's a major cluster and it shows transformation through creativity, love, and spiritual alignment. This is a house of self-expression as well. So you are learning to express yourself freely, receiving recognition for your work, integrating heart-led inspiration with your spiritual guidance, all while breaking free from patterns that have previously held you back. So this is going to be a deeply transformational area of your life in 2026. Then we have the sixth house with the Tower reversed and the Nine of Pentacles. And this speaks about recovery, independence, restoration. Um, it shows an avoiding or a recovering of sudden disruptions, right? It's the focus comes to self-sufficiency and accomplishment through disciplined effort. Your daily routines, your work, your health practices, which are the main themes of this house, are stabilizing after previous upheavals, and it's allowing for independence and self-empowerment to become rooted in your daily life. In the seventh house, which is all about relationships, one-on-one dynamics, contracts, you are being asked to take the reins in partnership, balancing assertiveness with strategy. So the Chariot, it shows that success in relationships comes from focused effort and aligned action, not passive waiting, right? So this is a natural evolution from your fourth house. From the stagnation that you were experiencing here, and also from the fifth house with the liberation. So once you master yourself, then you can steer connections consciously as well. Once you break free from certain patterns, once you learn the lesson, then you can also make good use of this newfound leadership, basically. Then on the eighth house, we have transformation, intimacy, shared resources, and here it shows that you can no longer carry emotional or financial burdens unnecessarily. So there's a willingness to release defenses or fatigue, and there's this clarity coming in, and this decisive action that come in as well, together with a possibility of stability and of greater knowledge, greater wisdom when it comes to the management of shared resources. And this is the spiritual lesson of surrender versus ego. You cannot do it alone. Letting go allows transformation and protection to flow, which then paves the way for the transformation that we see in connection to other houses, and we will get there soon. So then we have the ninth house, which is all about higher learning, beliefs, spiritual path, and your spiritual journey. It is still unfolding, right? The world reversed shows that closure, alignment, or full integration of lessons is not yet complete. So there's something here that you are still working on. But we also were reminded at the beginning that progress is steady if patience and discernment are practiced, right? And so it also reflects a need to release perfectionism or control in order in spiritual matters, right? Success comes from trust, not from forcing the outcome. And then we have the 10th house. 10th house, it shows that you might face professional or public challenges, but these are opportunities, right, for skill development and for growth. And combined with the first house, as well as with the Nine of Pentacles in the sixth house, it shows that inner mastery and disciplined effort allow you to navigate this conflict gracefully. So it's nothing for you to worry about, let's say. And then we have Justice in the 11th house. So it's a confirmation that you are supported by spirituality, by aligned communities and mentors. It shows how fair it is because you also support others. And aligning actions with your ethics, with your values, with your visions, and with your heart-centered energy, and with your integrity, it activates spiritual protection, as the oracle suggested as well. Which then leads us to our 12th house. And this is the house of subconscious and healing and release. And it speaks about letting go of outdated mental patterns over analysis and self-criticism. So paired with our oracles, it's clear that healing is coming through patience, through surrender, and through trusting your own timing. And the two cards, they are both swords cards, and they indicate insights are present but require reflection before full clarity emerges. Okay, now that we have an idea of each house, let's bring it all together. So the first pair of houses that I want to analyze is the second house and the eighth house, because it just pops out this idea of the death card, death on its horse charging at the eighth house. And the eighth house is this dagger, this weapon, this blade, this spade, pointing at death. Like, it just stands out, right? So this forms a dynamic of transformation. In the second house, death and the Four of Swords indicate, as we saw, that your values, your resources, your sense of self-worth, they are undergoing a deep internal ending. There's reflection and pause and this kind of incubating energy. And you are being asked to confront what no longer serves you, courageously facing change rather than avoiding it. And across the chart, the eighth house, it shows the external manifestation of this process, right? These cards, they show how, that burdens are ready to be released, clarity can be gained, mastery over shared or external resources is attainable. So it's as if, what it means to me, the fact that we can see death as a rider charging towards the blade of the eighth house, is your internal transformation is driving the external liberation. To move forward, you must surrender old attachments, acknowledge that the ego cannot carry everything alone, and allow spiritual guidance to lead your decisions, basically. So this is already a very important axis of transformation for 2026. Then let's start at the beginning. And the year begins in your first house with strength, reminding you that true power comes from self-mastery, calm, courage, and the gentle control of your own impulses, rather than forcing outcomes or letting fear dictate your actions. And this energy flows directly to your third house, where the Three of Pentacles, it emphasizes collaboration, learning, skill development. So you are discovering that growth is not just personal effort, but also the integration of guidance and support from those who resonate with your path, from those who share the same vibration frequency as you. And together, these houses, they tell you that clarity and mastery, they are cultivated both internally and through thoughtful, practical engagement with the world itself. Then we are going to check the fourth house, Wheel of Fortune, with your seventh house, the Chariot, as well as the eighth house. And here, the lesson that we mentioned between the second and the eighth house, it depends a bit more, because the reversed Wheel of Fortune signals that cycles at home or in your inner foundations cannot move forward until conscious action and reflection are applied. The Chariot in your seventh house, it reminds you that in relationships, success and harmony, they come from taking control, from steering with intention and aligning with higher purpose, choosing a direction, right? Rather than passively letting circumstances dictate your outcome, letting the wind guide you. And paired with a release and mastery of the eighth house, it becomes clear that both personal and relational transformation are interdependent, and letting go of outdated patterns, it creates the space needed for healthy cycles to return. Okay. Another important house is the ninth house, and specifically the ninth house in connection with your fifth house. They reveal the heart of your spiritual evolution, right? The fifth house, it shows liberation from restrictions, recognition, emotional renewal, and alignment with spiritual guidance. Yet, the ninth house emphasizes that the cycle is not yet complete. But why is it not complete? Closure is waiting for the integration of these lessons. Only when emotional liberation, authentic creative expression, heart-aligned victories are combined with patience, with surrender, with trusting the divine timing, then finally will your spiritual path feel fully realized. You are, to close this cycle, you are being invited to cut through illusion, to release control, and to apply your heart-centered insights to your beliefs, learning, and higher purpose, echoing the spirit all here, for example, as well as the Oracle of Chaldea. Only then will the ninth house close this cycle in love, with peace and understanding. And also, it's important still to bring awareness to the message of not pushing the cycle to end just to close the book, but to actually respect, and that's also where patience comes in, the timings of your evolution, which can be different for your mind, for your heart, for your body, for your soul. So it's about being self-loving and have self-acceptance of the different timings that you might need, not about the rush to close a cycle. Okay. And then also the 10th house in connection to your 6th house illustrates how daily effort and public or professional life your actually reflect your self mastery, how much you have mastered yourself, how much you have been able to put yourself in charge of your own life, to step up, basically. The 6th house shows recovery and self-sufficiency in routines, work, health, daily life. And the 10th house signals this professional or public challenges energy. So these two, paired with the strength on your first house, shows that discipline, patience, courageous navigation of obstacles, this is what will refine you. This is what will bring you resilience. This is what will bring you a higher level of knowledge about yourself. This is what will bring you to the mastery, the self-mastery, to the mastery of the self that we've been mentioning throughout your reading, right? And your efforts, they are recognized when aligned with integrity and purpose. Strength reminds us that, like the lion in the card, right, being guided by the gentle hand, your fire can either burn you or warm you, right? Can either hurt you or empower you, depending on whether you integrate spiritual guidance with action. And this also pairs with the 8th house, which was speaking also about surrendering the ego to the divine flow, basically, to allowing for this clarity to come in. And then the 11th and 12th house, they kind of bring it all together. So justice in the 11th reflects that fairness, accountability, and ethical action attract spiritual support and protection. You are reminded that alignment with your spiritual community, with your mentors, with your allies, amplifies your synchronicities and unseen help, right? Just as we saw in the oracle cards. So the 12th house, it calls for mental and spiritual resets, patience, reflection. Here, releasing outdated mental patterns, releasing over-analysis or control allows the body and the soul to integrate the year's lesson. And the messages from the oracles, they are clear. Trust the timing of your healing, honor the natural rhythm of release, and know that support, breakthroughs, and positive synchronicities are already present, waiting for your conscious engagement, basically. So, Virgo, 2026, it's a year of courageous inner work, practical application of spiritual insights, and gentle surrender to divine timing. Your internal strength drives external liberation, creative and emotional breakthroughs that are aligned with higher purpose. And your discernment, your patience, your integrity, your capacity to increase the level of self-wisdom, all of that open the path for cycles to close, for burdens to be released, and for mastery to emerge. And all of that it's a transformation that has long-lasting power, right? We do have a King of Pentacles here, and that can bring you a lot of rewards as well on all levels, right? And by embracing this rhythm, you step fully into your sacred path of recalibration, of spiritual alignment, of lived and embodied wisdom, supported both by divine guidance and also these subtle energies of the universe that protect you every step of the way. All right, Virgo, I hope this has made sense to you. Feel free to share your comment, your feedback on the comments if you want to. I hope it has helped you. I hope it has brought you a bit more of clarity for 2026. And hopefully I'll see you in other videos. Bye bye. Have a great year ahead.